Hours ago, the State Department issued a caution about drinking alcohol in Mexico. This after travelers actually reported blacking out or they became sick after drinking what's being called tainted alcohol.
Really concerning stuff here. Tonight, only on 9 on Your Side, our Julie O'Neill digs into the chilling experiences of some of your neighbors on their all-inclusive tropical vacations.
It's an enticing deal, all you can eat and drink with a view like this. But more and more reports of people blacking out, some even dying after drinking alcohol at resorts, raises questions. Two Cincinnati area couples tell me they blacked out while having cocktails. They are convinced it was not the amount of alcohol they drank, but something dangerous in it.
Something took place that you have no control over. Extremely scary.
Rick Neuenschwander and his wife Diana went to Mexico's five-star all-inclusive Secrets Acamal resort the week of Independence Day.
Standing in the pool, got our little floaty out, and we had some drinks. We were drinking some margaritas. They're blowing bubbles in the pool. You got people dancing. It was 4th of July in Mexico. It was a lot of fun.
But the fun would end very quickly after the Sims Township couple noticed something different about their final round of margaritas.
And it was just a little odd. They were different colors. So we weren't sure exactly what was going on.
The last thing Rick remembers?
I remember them saying Diana would have to be put in a wheelchair because she couldn't walk.
He says about 5 hours later, they woke up in their room.
Just hours and hours of nothing. I mean, life gone. We weren't drunk, we were out. Completely different. We weren't, if we stumbled, we have no idea that we stumbled. We don't know what happened.
Rick says he had these scratches to his face and says his wife had bruises on her shoulders.
My wife felt like she was maybe held down.
You're just so vulnerable.
The story sounds eerily similar to Corinne Caney. She and her husband of Milan, Indiana, honeymooned at an all-inclusive resort in Jamaica in 2015. She says they blacked out after 3 or 4 drinks at the pool.
I believe it was one of the drinks we actually had them surprise us with, so me and my husband had the exact same drink. After that, I don't really remember much.
Corinne says she and her husband came to in their room hours later, scared. One of many similarities in the two couples' stories.
We went down to the front desk. Of course, I was bawling my eyes out. And we told them that we think we'd been drugged.
Diana was extremely distraught. I mean, she was crying. I can't believe this is happening to us.
So they had this one security guy bring us back up to his room. He took a look at our room, pretty much said that you were just drunk, passed out, that we should just get dressed and go to dinner.
Managers and a doctor came to the room and they said, well, you'd been drinking, you probably just had too much to drink.
The resorts are quick to blame the guests.
Maureen Webster tracks these stories on Mexico Vacation Awareness, a website she started a decade ago when her son died after being pulled unconscious from a waist-deep resort pool. The similar death of Abby Connor at a Mexico resort in January has her Wisconsin family shining a spotlight on the concern of tainted alcohol in Mexico. ABC News revealed recent Mexican reports that 43% of all alcohol consumed in Mexico is produced illegally, and that authorities there have seized 1.5 million gallons of bootleg liquor from hotels and bars they say could be infused with grain alcohol or methanol. Corinne and her husband went on with their honeymoon, afraid to leave the resort to file a police report, not thinking about what happened to them until they saw other reports on the news. The Neuenschwanders also feared leaving their resort to file a police report. Instead, Rick says their adult son contacted the U.S. consulate in Mexico as he helped them get on the next flight home. Rick says he did hear back from the consulate.
She goes, well, have we had stories of tainted alcohol? And I said, well, I don't know that it was tainted. I feel like I was drugged. Now in hindsight, in hearing some of the other stories, maybe it is tainted alcohol. I don't know. I think the government needs to look at this. I think they should look at a travel ban, a travel warning to Mexico, whether it's drugs, whether they're calling it tainted alcohol, whatever they want to call it. Something's going on in Mexico.
I did reach out to the resorts these couples visited. A representative from the Jamaican resort said he has no report on file from this couple or any concerning alcohol, which he says they buy legally. The resort in Mexico responded in part, "We feel strongly their condition had nothing to do with alcohol quality, and our staff took immediate and appropriate steps after being made aware the couple was in need of assistance." Now, I did reach out to our representatives in Washington. Senator Rob Portman got back to me almost right away, calling these reports concerning, saying he wanted to know more. And then just a couple of hours after that, we get this caution issued by the State Department. Be careful of the alcohol.
Julie, I have two questions for you.
Yes.
Did these couples say they had anything stolen, and did they feel they were targeted?
You know, they're not sure. Both felt like their belongings were perhaps rifled with.
Really?
They don't remember, so they could have done it, you know. And then they said they had locked all of their valuables immediately in the safe, so they didn't have any valuables to take, so neither reported anything stolen.
Okay, Julie, thank you.
We'll continue to follow it.
Yeah, very concerning. Thank you.